SMGs, heavy machine guns, sniper rifles, assault rifles, or even rocket launchers. What do you think is the best weapon of choice for the battlegrounds of Overwatch? Well, there's no correct answer other than the hammer. Yes, boys, the hammer. Hammer. Today we are taking the normal everyday building tool and inflating it so much that the chances of wild degenerates appearing near me are getting slightly higher. Hello everyone and welcome to the world of precise German engineering. Whoever came up with an idea to give a big, scary and old German knight an oversized hammer with rocket boosts because hammer go is a genius on par with Einstein. I too love crushing every bone in my enemies' bodies and watching them splatter on walls left and right. And just to be clear, I'm talking about the video game this time. What's that? You prefer traditional shooty-tooty weapons? Well, suck my hammer and call me Stacy because I'm about to smash everyone in the enemy team and prove to you why the funny hitbox weapon is better than your nerdy ass rifle. Side note, I'm really damn salty that the Blizz and Gisco is spitting straight on my face by tempting me with this absolute wonderful skin right when I'm reviewing this brick of a hero.
Perish you them corporation!
The most basic tank in the game, yet he's far from being a basic birch. Dominating the matches with the energy of his enormous defensive shield and the most entertaining and accurate SAM anti-air turret. Boys and a few females that accidentally clicked on this video, it is my pleasure to finally begin this very unbiased and stupid video. Welcome to the Reinhardt review! Just so you guys know, Bridget is Torbjorn's daughter. Got it? Bridget, Torbjorn. Alrighty, now the young Reinhardt, before he had a need of hair transplant, found himself in the utopia that is Germany. Eichenwalde to be more exact. He and his best buddy, that will die in a minute, whoops, spoilers, are about to fight against the bad Roombas. Since Overwatch takes place in the future, the robots are not only capable of vacuuming, washing the floors or mowing the lawn, but also gunning down every living organism. Reinhardt, seeing this abomination of advanced technology, decides it's a great idea to absolutely destroy them. His mentor, being jealous of how much damage Rein is doing, tells him some stuff like, "Oi Reinhardt, how about you mitigate some damage too?" And Rein is like, "Shut up old man, watch this!" For a brief moment, we can take a look at what Orisa will play like in Overwatch 4, and after overdramatic staring contest, the big Papa Pickle comes in to grieve the game a little bit, sacrificing his kidney for Reinhardt's life. After gently bonking the Roomba on them, they skedaddle to the castle, but oh no, old man is leaking. Then there is this moment where everyone cried, watching this cinematic for the very first time. No, don't you lie now, I know you dropped a tear or two. You sensitive, emotional creature, look at you trying to deny it. Weak Overwatch fanboy. Reinhardt decides to use his shield for the very first time, but it's the after patch shield that only grants him 200 HP. Luckily for him and his weak human minions, some random guy camping in the corner the entire match got a 5 kill streak and ordered a tactical airstrike, winning them the match. After that, Reinhardt joins the Overwatch team, meeting all kinds of creatures like I don't know, cat. He also meets Torbjorn and his wife, and he becomes very close friends with them. In one of the missions, he even saves Torbjorn's life. Wow! And as a reward, Torb lets Reinhardt name his daughter, and Torbjorn's wife allows it. Let me remind you, this creature we know as Bridget is Torbjorn's daughter. Later on, Reinhardt spends a lot of time with their family and especially their child, telling stories, hanging out and teaching her all kinds of stuff about fighting or not. As time goes by, Torbjorn somehow becomes absent, but Reinhardt is on a full world tour, just with Bridget.
Breed, you filthy animals.
They spend all their time together, even Christmas, while Ryan is having fun as a secret superhero, and Bridget is there right by his side all the time as his little squire. Also, I forgot to mention, yeah, Reinhardt got removed from Overwatch because of his age, but if you read the lore even more, you will know that thanks to Sombra, we know the real reason he got kicked out. It was because he accidentally ran over two janitors and a child while charging around in his armor around the Overwatch headquarters. Source? Trust me, bro. So, back to the Reinhardt and Bridget adventures. They too later answered the Winston's recall request, and they appear in Baguette Country to majestically combine their shields to stop a laser from what I assume is the new tank hero. Take a look around, and you will quickly notice there is no Torbjorn around, yet Bridget and Reinhardt are there. Guys, I really don't want to assume things that aren't real, but world isn't as colorful as it appears to be. I think the evidence I provided is enough to conclude Reinhardt wasn't smashing only Omnics at the Eichenwalde Omnic crisis. Reinhardt is a big dude. Here's a never seen before height joke, and that would be it for the design section. I love Reinhardt's design. There is something about combining the very outdated medieval designs with futuristic and advanced technology that is just so good. His entire kit is based on a knight's armor, but as I said before, he is enormous. So instead of having a typical sword wielder, we have a raid boss with such an iconic weapon that he is stapled on official Overwatch banners left and right. Don't even get me started on his shield. This ability has been untouched design-wise from the very beginning of this game's lifespan, proving how well and balanced it really is. The versatile wall that blocks everything dangerous just screams tank roll. You are the person responsible for creating space and protecting all of your allies, and there is no better way than keeping them safe right behind yourself, unless your allies decide it is a good idea to, you know, ignore you entirely and overextend like complete Okay, you know what, I'm aware my brother is watching my videos and I really do not want to say anything mean about him, as I know his playstyle is very specific to say the least. Going back a little, the silver color scheme is also highlighting the medieval armor theme, and it's also a nice touch to the material we recognize as strong and durable, that is steel or iron. I can also start a very nice discussion about the differences between the two default skins, and guys, I am a dedicated Overwatch 1 skin enjoyer. The helmet emphasizes the beastly nature of Reinhardt, and it adds the layer of mystery. Who is this giant monster that brutally and maniacally smashes people left and right? Without it, he's just the default old man that is heroic and cool. It has been done so many times, the scar on face, the beard, it's just boring. If you think otherwise, then go ahead and point out your opinion in the comments. I always enjoy hearing what you guys have to say, and I do read every single comment under my videos, so don't be shy. Lastly, the traditional skin segment, and oh my god, Reinhardt doesn't disappoint. But I'm still salty about them apples. I just love how old Blizzard knew exactly what a legendary skin for Reinhardt should be. We have the Forest Guardian, the Underground Lord, the Drunk Father, and many more raid boss designs. The purple skins are also very nice, with some exceptions of course, but that's just fine. I'm not complaining. Okay, I lied a little because there is one last thing I want to mention. Seriously this time. The voice lines are golden. I can argue that there is no other hero who has better voice lines library than Reinhardt, and to prove my point, here are some samples.
Beer! Reinhardt! 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 Ha-ha!
Oh no!
Beer!
The Good Boy Castle mode, and the Slaughterhouse Maniac mode. If you enjoy the Giga Chad Fortress playstyle, where you protect all of your teammates, be the infamous shield, and grant shelter to every squishy Hanzo, I recommend using the Hammer skins. But if you decide you want to become the ultimate slaying machine, make sure your weapon of choice is sharp, and the sheer looks of the skin of your choice cause fear from kilometers away. Reinhardt is a very close range hero, where his effective range of his primary weapon is close to 0 meters. You can squeeze some distance by fiddling around with the edges of the hitboxes, so make sure you shake your mouse maniacally to ensure the most reliable and efficient way of fragging. Once you close distance to your targets, you can easily overpower them with the huge health pool you behold, but if you lose grip of the situation, remember you always have your trusty fire strikes at your disposal. These projectiles have a quite long wind-up time before release, emphasizing the feeling of power. On top of that, the projectiles do a lot of damage, and combining that with the enormous hitboxes and the piercing attribute makes those fireballs very lethal. Honestly, the fire strikes themselves are the best part of Rein's kit in my opinion, and they are the only ability that makes Rein dangerous outside his hammer range without manifesting himself in the middle of the enemy team. Best way to achieve this is to use your charge, that Reinhardt himself explains very well.
Beer!
Thanks, Reinhardt. Once you hit an enemy while charging, you take them on a romantic trip to the nearest solid object. But if you feel fancy and want to take your date somewhere special, the cliffs and edges of some maps got you covered. Most of the DPS heroes and supports after getting pinned are a guaranteed kill for your team. And what is nice, it doesn't matter how long you charged for, the damage is consistent and the charge also feels very powerful, with the slow turning speed accurately simulating how it feels to drive a car at the age of 61. I think I said enough about the barrier. It fits our friendly and chaotic German very nicely, giving him something to protect himself from long range, forcing the enemies to close distance themselves, making them easier to hit with the fire strikes or to get a jump on them with a charge. Also, one last thing about charges, I don't know how many clips you've seen so far in this video, but I adore jump charging. It heavily reminds me of how you naturally rev jump with heavy in TF2, and it's just so damn effective. And lastly, the ultimate ability, Average Flashbang from Call of Duty. This ability has a huge effective range, and it can single-handedly win a teamfight, rendering multiple enemy players as useful as your friendly Sombra player 99% of the game. It's just too good to not get value out of. Your talented DPS can finally hit their targets most of the times, and you are free to do whatever you want with the bodies of your enemies. And wow, this sounds so wrong. Let's not think too deeply about how this ability actually works, and round up this segment with a little letter. Dear Reinhardt players, I'm sorry for all the times I cancelled your ults with spears, rocks, punches or simple shields. I know it feels awful, I know it is painful, but at the end, you deserve it for all those impossibly stupid and foul charges you land every time I decide to play anything else than tank. Conclusion! Reinhardt is the vanilla ice cream of Overwatch. The hero you will always have fun with no matter your skill. His kit is very friendly towards newer players, where they can be an effective shield for their teammates, but also very powerful for the players who land their fire strikes and are slightly more aware than a plank. The shield itself is a very powerful tool to block vital abilities like overall enemy ultimates, but also some pesky Ana nades or Widow sidebinds. The hammer, although very wacky and stupid, is a very fun weapon to get kills with. Many times when I play as Reinhardt against Genjis, I simply start swinging my hammer around my teammates, and usually that's enough to get rid of that nuisance. I don't know if it's the charisma of Reinhardt or his armor design with that giant rocket propeller on his back that always makes me want to dive balls deep into the enemy team just to risk getting a single kill. For glory and honor, I guess. Reinhardt will end up with a score of 2 watermelons out of 1 zucchini. This time, I will not be taking any suggestions from you guys on what hero will be reviewed next, since I want to do a small surprise for you, but for those who really want to know, I will sprinkle some hints here and there in my next videos. So have fun solving the second official ARG of this channel. Woo! If you got this far, then that means you kinda enjoyed this video, so consider subscribing, and if you really want to get deeper into our community, then come join the Discord channel linked in the description. If you're still listening somehow, then I remind you that the video is over and you can leave in peace. I'm not holding you hostage. But if you want to put your friends into this crazy place that is my YouTube channel, then it would mean a ton if you shared this video to them and your family. Maybe your grandma will enjoy my videos too. Who knows? For now, that will be it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.